Do you remember the first time you questioned the meaning of your life? The first time you stopped in the middle of your busy day and thought, is this all there is? It's as if something inside you was trying to break free, a faint whisper amidst the noise of daily life. This moment, small as it may seem, is the first milestone of your spiritual awakening. It's the spark that ignites the journey. We all start in a state of deep unconsciousness, completely entangled in our ego-driven narratives. We're born into a world that tells us who we are: our name, our role, our religion, our identity. And for a long time, we believe this story. We think, this is me, but have you ever wondered, who is the you behind the story? Who is the one watching, thinking, experiencing? When the first flicker of awakening emerges, it can feel unsettling. You start to notice how much of your life has been on autopilot. The routines, the habits, the reactions, it's as if you've been living in a dream. And now, you're starting to wake up. This is the first milestone. It's the realization that you are more than your thoughts, more than your emotions, more than the labels society has placed on you. But here's where it gets tricky: the ego doesn't want to let go. It will fight tooth and nail to keep you in its grip. You'll feel resistance. Fear may surface. You might tell yourself, this is crazy. I don't have time for this, and yet something deeper pulls you forward. Have you ever felt that pull? That unexplainable yearning for something greater, something real? Let's talk about ego. The ego isn't inherently bad, it's just a construct. It's the mask we wear to navigate the world. But the problem arises when we mistake the mask for who we truly are. At this stage, you might feel like your life is falling apart. Old beliefs crumble. Relationships feel strained. You begin to see through the illusions that once defined your reality. This is the second milestone, the deconstruction of the ego.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Ego death is not a literal death. It's the dissolution of the false self. It's a terrifying yet liberating process. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down into the unknown. Everything you've ever identified with your achievements, your failures, your roles starts to slip away. Who are you without these things? This is the question that will haunt you, yet it holds the key to your freedom. During this phase, you may experience a profound sense of emptiness, but this emptiness is not a void. It's a clearing, a sacred space where the truth of your being can finally emerge. It's as if you're peeling back the layers of an onion, layer by layer, until you reach the core. And at the core, you discover something extraordinary: the observer. The observer is the part of you that has been watching all along. It's the silent witness to your thoughts, your emotions, your experiences. It is pure awareness, untouched by the dramas of the ego. Have you ever had a moment where time seemed to stop and you felt completely present, completely alive? That is the observer. It's always there, waiting for you to notice. But awakening isn't a one-time event. It's a process, a journey. And the journey is not linear. You'll have moments of clarity followed by moments of confusion. You'll take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. This is normal. Growth is not a straight line, it's a spiral. You'll revisit old patterns, old wounds, but each time from a higher perspective. This brings us to the third milestone, the search. Once you've glimpsed the truth, you can't go back. The world as you knew it no longer makes sense. You start asking questions, big questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What is the nature of reality? these questions become the driving force of your life. At this stage, you may dive into spiritual books, attend workshops, seek out teachers, or experiment with meditation and other practices. You're hungry for knowledge, for understanding. But here's the irony: the answers you seek cannot be found in the external world. They can only be found within. Have you ever searched for something, only to realize you had it all along? This is the paradox of the spiritual journey. The more you seek, the more elusive it becomes. And yet the search is necessary. It's what propels you forward, what keeps you moving deeper into the mysteries of existence. So let me ask you, what are you searching for? And what if the thing you're searching for is you? As you continue on the path of spiritual awakening, something remarkable begins to happen. The search, the endless questions, the yearning for answers starts to lead you back to yourself. You begin to peel away the layers of conditioning that have been placed upon you since birth. Every belief, every expectation, every idea about who you are and who you should be starts to dissolve. And in the emptiness left behind, something new begins to emerge: your authentic self. What does it mean to live authentically? It's not about becoming someone new, it's about unbecoming everything that isn't you. It's a return to your essence, to the pure, unconditioned being you were before the world told you who to be. But this process isn't easy. It requires courage to face the truth of who you are and to let go of everything that isn't aligned with that truth. At this milestone, you may feel a deep sense of discomfort. Pretending becomes impossible. You can no longer wear the masks you've worn for so long. Relationships that once felt comfortable may now feel suffocating. Jobs, routines, even hobbies that once defined you may no longer resonate. It's as if the old version of you is crumbling, and with it, the life you've built around that version. This stage is both liberating and terrifying. Liberating because you're finally stepping into your truth. Terrifying because that truth may lead you to make drastic changes in your life. You may feel the urge to leave a job that doesn't align with your values, to end relationships that feel inauthentic, or to pursue passions you've long suppressed. But with every step you take toward your authentic self, you feel a sense of relief, of lightness, as if a weight you didn't even realize you were carrying has been lifted. But let's pause for a moment and ask a deeper question: who is the authentic self? Is it just another version of you, another identity? Or is it something beyond identity altogether? The authentic self is not a fixed concept. It's not about finding a new label or role to define yourself by. Instead, it's about living in alignment with the deeper truth of who you are, a truth that is fluid, ever evolving. It's about letting go of the need to be anything other than what you are in this moment. And here's the paradox: as you embrace your authenticity, you begin to realize that the self you've been searching for isn't separate from the world around you. The boundaries between me and not me start to blur. You see yourself reflected in others, in nature, in the very fabric of existence. This is the fourth milestone, the recognition of interconnectedness. At this stage, you begin to see life not as a series of separate events, but as a vast, interconnected web. Every thought, every action, every moment is intricately woven into the whole. You realize that your journey is not just about you, it's about everything and everyone. This understanding brings with it a profound sense of responsibility. How you show up in the world matters. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, they ripple out, touching lives in ways you may never fully understand. But this sense of interconnectedness is not just intellectual, it's visceral. You feel it in your bones, in your breath, in the beating of your heart. You sense the aliveness in everything: the trees, the sky, the earth beneath your feet. You begin to see the sacred in the ordinary. Have you ever looked at a flower or a sunset and felt as if time stood still, as if the universe was whispering its secrets to you? That's the kind of awareness that begins to awaken within you. But with this awakening comes a new challenge: the need to integrate this awareness into your daily life. It's one thing to feel connected to everything while meditating or walking in nature. It's another thing entirely to maintain that sense of connection while stuck in traffic or dealing with difficult people. This is the fifth milestone: integration. Integration is where the real work begins. It's about taking the insights and experiences you've had on your spiritual journey and applying them to your everyday life. It's about embodying your truth, not just in moments of stillness, but in the chaos of the human experience. This stage requires patience and practice. You'll find yourself slipping back into old patterns, reacting instead of responding, forgetting the interconnectedness you've come to know. But each time you catch yourself, you have the opportunity to choose differently, to pause, to breathe, to respond from a place of presence and love rather than fear and ego. Here's a practical question for you: how do you show up in the world when no one is watching? When there's no reward, no recognition, no audience? Who are you? This stage also invites you to confront the shadows, the parts of yourself you've avoided, denied, or rejected. These shadows are not bad, they are simply aspects of you that long to be seen and integrated. As you bring these parts of yourself into the light, you begin to heal on a deeper level. You realize that even the parts of you that feel broken or unworthy are worthy of love and acceptance. And as you heal, you create space for something even greater to emerge: compassion. Not just for yourself, but for others. You begin to see that everyone is on their own journey, doing the best they can with the awareness they have. This doesn't mean you excuse harmful behavior, but it does mean you approach others with understanding rather than judgment. Compassion is not a weakness, it's a strength. It's the ability to hold space for both the light and the shadow, the beauty and the pain, in yourself and in others. It's the recognition that we are all connected, all part of the same whole. But compassion doesn't mean sacrificing yourself for others. It means honoring your own boundaries while respecting the boundaries of others. It means giving from a place of fullness rather than depletion. And it means knowing when to say no, not out of fear or anger, but out of love for yourself and for the other person. As you navigate this stage, you may find that your relationships begin to shift. Some will deepen as you connect with others on a more authentic level. Others may fall away as you outgrow old patterns and dynamics. This can be painful, but it's also necessary. Every ending creates space for a new beginning. So let me ask you, what relationships in your life feel aligned with your authentic self, and which ones feel like they're holding you back? As you move deeper into this journey, you'll begin to notice a profound change in how you experience life. There's a sense of ease, of flow, that wasn't there before. You stop resisting what is and start embracing the present moment, exactly as it is. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect or free of challenges, but it does mean you face those challenges with a sense of inner peace and resilience. And that brings us to the sixth milestone, which we'll explore in the next part: the awakening of unconditional love and aligned alignment. As you journey deeper into your spiritual awakening, you begin to notice a profound shift within yourself. The search that once consumed you, the endless questions, the striving, the need to find something, begins to soften. Instead of seeking answers outside yourself, you start to feel a quiet knowing within. This is the sixth milestone, the awakening of unconditional love. Unconditional love is not something you achieve or earn. It's not a reward for being spiritual enough or doing all the right practices. It's your natural state, the essence of who you are beneath all the layers of fear, judgment, and separation. But to access this love, you must first let go of everything that blocks it. Here's the paradox: the more you try to be loving, the more elusive it becomes. Unconditional love isn't something you do, it's something you are. It arises naturally when you stop resisting life, when you stop trying to control or manipulate reality to fit your expectations. Have you ever experienced a moment of pure love, where you felt completely at peace with yourself and the world? That's the kind of love we're talking about. But here's the challenge: how do you hold on to this love in the face of pain, conflict, and imperfection? How do you love yourself when you make mistakes? How do you love others when they hurt you? These are the questions that define this stage of your journey. Unconditional love begins with yourself. It means embracing every part of you, the light and the shadow, the strengths and the flaws, with compassion and acceptance. It means forgiving yourself for the times you've fallen short, for the times you've acted out of fear or pain. But self-love is not selfish. In fact, it's the foundation for loving others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you cultivate love and compassion for yourself, it naturally overflows to those around you. You begin to see others not as separate from you, but as mirrors, reflecting different aspects of the same universal consciousness. This is where your relationships undergo a profound transformation. You stop trying to change or fix others, and instead you meet them where they are with love and understanding. You realize that everyone is on their own journey, and you respect their path, even if it looks different from yours. But unconditional love doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior or sacrificing your own well-being. It means setting boundaries from a place of love, not fear. It means saying no when necessary, not out of anger or resentment, but out of respect for yourself and the other person. At this stage, you begin to live from a place of alignment. Alignment means that your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony with your true self. It's not about being perfect or never making mistakes, it's about being authentic. When you're in alignment, life begins to flow with a sense of ease and grace. Challenges still arise, but you face them with a sense of inner peace and resilience. This brings us to the seventh and final milestone: living in harmony with all that is. Living in harmony doesn't mean escaping the challenges of life or retreating into a bubble of bliss. It means embracing the full spectrum of the human experience, the joy and the sorrow, the light and the shadow, the beauty and the pain. It's about finding peace, not by avoiding the darkness, but by seeing it as an integral part of the whole. At this stage, you begin to see life as a dance. Every moment, every experience, every interaction becomes an opportunity to express your authentic self and to connect with the deeper truth of existence. You stop resisting life and start flowing with it. But let me ask you, what does it mean to truly live in harmony? Is it simply about being at peace with yourself and others? Or is it something deeper, something that transcends the personal and touches the universal? When you live in harmony, you begin to see the interconnectedness of all things, not just intellectually but experientially. You feel the aliveness in everything around you: the trees, the animals, even the inanimate objects. You sense the underlying unity that connects all of existence. This realization brings with it a profound sense of gratitude and reverence for life. You start to act not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of the whole. Your actions become an expression of love and service, not because you feel obligated to do good, but because it's a natural extension of who you are. You realize that by serving others, you are also serving yourself, because there is no separation. But living in harmony doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or conflicts. Life will continue to test you, to push you to grow. The difference is that you no longer resist these challenges. You see them as opportunities to deepen your understanding, to expand your awareness, to embody your truth more fully. And so the journey continues. Spiritual awakening is not a destination, it's a never-ending process of growth and discovery. Each milestone you reach is not the end, but a new beginning. The deeper you go, the more you realize how much there is to explore. So as we come to the end of this exploration, let me leave you with one final question. What would your life look like if you fully embraced your authentic self? If you lived in alignment with your truth, if you loved unconditionally, and if you saw every moment as an opportunity to awaken? The answer to that question is not something I can give you. It's something you must discover for yourself. But know this, the journey you're on is sacred. Every step, every challenge, every breakthrough is bringing you closer to the truth of who you are. And the truth is this: you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself in human form. Your awakening is not just for you, it's for the whole. When you awaken, you contribute to the awakening of the collective. When you live in harmony, you inspire others to do the same. So keep going, keep questioning, keep growing. The journey ahead is infinite, and every moment is a chance to awaken to the beauty, the mystery, and the wonder of existence. And with that, I'll leave you with this thought: the greatest gift you can give the world is to be fully, authentically, and unapologetically yourself. Will you step into that gift? Will you embody the truth of who you are? The choice is yours. You've reached a point where your spiritual awakening feels integrated into your life. You've embraced your authentic self, aligned with your truth, and begun to live in harmony with the world around you. But here's the secret that no one tells you: the awakening never truly ends. It's not a single destination you arrive at, but an infinite spiral of becoming. Just when you think you've figured it all out, life will humble you. A new challenge will arise, a deeper layer of your being will be revealed, and you'll realize that the journey is far from over, and that's the beauty of it. Awakening isn't about achieving a perfect state of enlightenment, it's about continuously evolving, deepening your connection to yourself, others, and the universe. Let me ask you something: have you ever wondered why the universe seems infinite? Why it feels as though no matter how much you discover, there's always more? That's because you are the universe, and just as it is infinite, so are you. At this stage, you begin to shift your focus. Instead of seeking awakening for yourself, you start to wonder how you can serve the awakening of others. You realize that your growth is not separate from the growth of the whole. Every breakthrough you experience sends ripples through the collective consciousness. Every act of love, every moment of presence, every insight you embody contributes to the evolution of humanity as a whole. But service doesn't mean martyrdom. It's not about sacrificing yourself for others. True service comes from a place of abundance. When you are aligned with your authentic self, when you are living in harmony, your very presence becomes a gift. You don't have to do anything special. Simply by being who you are, you inspire others to awaken to their own truth. Think about the people in your life who have impacted you the most. Was it their words, or their actions that truly moved you? Or was it something deeper, the way they showed up in the world, the energy they embodied, the love that radiated from them? That's the kind of impact you can have when you live from a place of alignment. But let's not romanticize this stage. Living in alignment doesn't mean you'll never face difficulties. In fact, the challenges may become even greater because now you're living with a heightened awareness. You can no longer ignore the injustices of the world, the suffering of others, or the ways in which humanity has become disconnected from its essence. This awareness can be overwhelming, even painful. So how do you navigate this? How do you hold space for the darkness without being consumed by it? The answer lies in balance. Just as the universe is a dance of opposing forces, light and dark, expansion and contraction, creation and destruction, you too must find your balance. You don't have to fix all the world's problems or carry the weight of the collective on your shoulders. Your responsibility is simply to show up, to do your part, and to trust that others will do theirs. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you feel overwhelmed by the state of the world, take a moment to ground yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that you are not separate from the whole. You are a thread in the vast tapestry of existence, and every thread matters. Your role may seem small, but it is significant. And here's another question for you. What is your unique gift to the world? What is the one thing that only you can bring to this collective awakening? The answer may not come right away, and that's okay. Part of the journey is discovering your purpose, not as something external to achieve, but as a natural expression of who you are. Purpose isn't about what you do, it's about how you show up in the world. As you deepen into this stage, you may find yourself drawn to practices that nurture your connection to the whole. Meditation, prayer, service, creativity, these become not just tools for personal growth, but expressions of your interconnectedness. You begin to see every aspect of your life as a spiritual practice. Your relationships, your work, even mundane tasks like washing the dishes become opportunities to embody presence and love. But here's where it gets even more profound. You realize that the journey of awakening isn't just about you or humanity. It's about the entire cosmos. Every atom, every star, every living being is part of this grand unfolding. Your awakening is the universe awakening to itself. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of awe? That's the universe reminding you of your infinite nature. You are not separate from the stars, the galaxies, the vastness of space. You are that vastness condensed into human form, experiencing itself in this moment. At this level of awareness, you begin to see the perfection in everything. Even the pain, the struggles, the mistakes, they all serve a purpose. They are all part of the cosmic dance. This doesn't mean you become passive or indifferent. It means you approach life with a sense of trust and surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the need to control and allowing life to unfold as it will. It means embracing the mystery, the uncertainty, the unknown. And in that surrender, you find freedom. But let me ask you one final question. What would your life look like if you fully trusted the universe? If you let go of fear, of doubt, of resistance, and allowed yourself to flow with the current of existence? Take a moment to imagine that, to feel it, to embody it. And now, as we bring this journey to a close, let me leave you with one last thought. The journey of spiritual awakening is not about reaching a final destination. It's about becoming. becoming more of who you already are, becoming a clearer expression of the infinite love and wisdom that flows through you. So keep walking the pathless path, keep asking questions, keep opening your heart. The journey is infinite, and every step is a miracle. Until next time, remember you are the universe, awakening to itself. And that is the greatest gift of all.